things have deteriorated for a long time, and we have to accept the abnormal as normal. We've been busy this past year supplying the police with equipment, cars, motorbikes, drones, and other vital policing equipment. Financial clearance has been given, and they're in the process of recruiting up to 4,000 men and women into the service. That is the first. Gradually, we're increasing the police numbers, and the service, too, is waking up to its responsibilities and offering more training to their officers. I look forward to a better trained, better equipped, and happier police service that has the respect and cooperation of the people. Mr. Speaker, we need this well-trained police service if we're to abide by the rule of law. I'm aware of the frustration of many and the delays in the justice delivery system, which are the result of a multiplicity of factors which we're trying to address. And this must be the appropriate time and place to mention the abysmal state of the lower courts around our country. Many people must have seen on television the barely concealed outrage of the Chief Justice as she's been going around examining the courts. It is obvious that most of the lower courts are not fit for purpose, and we must provide suitable structures for our law courts. Discussions on how to raise the money are currently ongoing, and I'm optimistic that a solution will be found. Mr. Speaker, I'm pleased to know that there appears to have been a marked change in the Ministry of Justice. No longer do we have people bringing frivolous claims against the state because they know the case will not be defended and they will get judgment debts. I believe the word is now out that every claim against the government will be vigorously defended, and the state will no longer be the soft touch it used to be for people to get suspiciously large judgment debts awarded to them. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to state that, as you know, Parliament has virtually completed its deliberations on the Right to Information Bill, and that any moment from now, the nation will hear the news of its long-anticipated passage. I will happily assent to it as soon as it is brought to my table. Mr. Speaker, we all await the special prosecutor to start his work. It is in everybody's interest that we know that any accusations of corruption in public office will be vigorously investigated and prosecuted if the prima facie evidence is there. This should be an essential feature of the governance culture of our country. For myself, I know the special prosecutor to be a responsible public official who will act when he is ready. Mr. Speaker, Ghana remains an active player in international affairs, especially in the region of West Africa and on the continent of Africa. Ghana's voice is loud and clear on issues at international fora. Good neighborliness underpins our foreign policy, and we try to be at peace with all. I've been intimately involved in trying to find a resolution to the difficulties in our eastern neighbor country of Togo, and we hope that they are coming to an end. Mr. Speaker, communications inside and with the outside are critical for the modern existence of any nation. Our roads inside the country and those leading out to our neighboring countries have been in a dreadful state for a long time. Everybody has by now heard about the arrangements we have made with the Chinese company Sinohydro, and it is a matter of great relief to me that I'm able to say that work will now be starting on the roads that have been designated to be part of that project. It is worth stating that we are very much aware that there are many more roads that do not come under the Sinohydro deal, which are also in a bad way, and we continue to seek ways to build a road network worthy of our nation. I'm glad, Mr. Speaker, to be able to report that the Accra to Tema railway service has started running on the refurbished line. The opening of the Accra and Swam line has been postponed, because sand winners have undermined the ground underneath the track near Pokwasi. It is now being repaired, and the service will start, hopefully by the end of February. If we want the railways to work, we would all have to take an interest in and stop the activities of encroachers on the railway lands. The rehabilitation of the narrow gauge line will continue from Nsawam to Koforidua. Work is continuing on the rehabilitation of the Kujokrom to Takwa section of the Western Line, while work on the standard gauge section from Kujokrom to Manso is ongoing. Apart from all the investments being made, the government is committing an extra $1 billion United States dollars to the development of the new railway network. $500 million will be applied to the development of the Western Line, and $500 million will be applied to the first of the Kumasi to Paga section of the national network. The development of the Tema-Ouagadougou railway line is also progressing steadily. 12 shortlisted companies have been invited to proceed to the next stage of the procurement process. This year, land acquisition will commence beyond the Volta River at Mpakanai, and the strategic investor will be selected. To sum it up, the railways are coming in a big way into Ghana, and we shall open up our country for the development that we all desire. Mr. Speaker, government recognizes the significance of aviation to our country's economic and social development. Operations at the Kumasi, Tamale, Takoradi airports have been revamped with the resurgence in domestic airline operations through the introduction of new domestic operators like Unity Air and Passion Air. Soon, the flag of Ghana will be flown again as we have identified strategic investors to launch a home-based carrier. Whilst we embark on the protracted process of building roads and railways to open up our country, we're doing so with modern technology. Mobile technology has almost covered the entire country, and broadband internet connectivity is available in many places. There are 1,200,000 registered and verified addresses through the National Digital Property Addressing System. In other words, we've joined the modern world, gradually leaving the right turn at the blue kiosk and opposite the Kofi Brookman cellar behind us. People are able to renew their national health insurance cards in minutes in the comfort of their own homes. You can now renew your driving license and register a car in half an hour, register your business online, and acquire a passport in a week without any of the difficulties that used to come with trying to get any of these things done. The National Identification Card, the Ghana Card, has been issued to people in government departments and members of the security service, and this year the rest of the population will be registered and receive their cards. We're determined to join the digital world. Mr. Speaker, Ghana won last year the bid to host the 13th All-Africa Games. It presents our nation with the opportunity to upgrade sporting infrastructure in the country and position our nation as a preferred destination for the development of sporting disciplines on the continent. We began renovating and upgrading our sporting infrastructure, such as the Accra and Cape Coast Sports Stadia and the Azuma Nelson Sports Complex in Kaneshie, and a complete refurbishment of sports facilities across the country. Funds have also been released for the completion of the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, started by the Kufuor-led MPP government, but abandoned soon after 2009. The Ghanaian people are also expectant of a return to normalcy of all football-related activities as soon as possible, and the Normalization Committee is working to ensure that they meet the March deadline. Mr. Speaker, 3 months ago, a member of this Honorable House and the representative of Ayawaso West constituency West Wogan constituency, died suddenly, throwing all of us into mourning. On 31st January, 3 weeks ago exactly, a by-election was called to elect a replacement for the late Emmanuel Chiramatin Ejaku.